How we doing, YouTube? 11/4, day before election day. And I think I can join the herd and say that nobody knows what's going to happen. There's a lot of people. Actually, I'm going to retract what I said. I was about to say a lot of people think they know, but I'm going to retract that, and I'm going to say most people come out and say they don't have any idea. There's a few outliers that say one way or the other, but sometimes you know where everybody's standing. That's the title of this video, and that line is a line that I don't think it's stealing if you say where you got it from. Douglas Murray said after the attacks in Israel, he said that his phrase was, every so often a flare goes off and you know where everybody's standing. He was saying that in relationship to the protests and things that you've seen, the anti-Semitism and the anti-Zionist and all that stuff that happened right after that, people supporting Hamas and Hezbollah and River to the Sea and all of that stuff. But I thought it was an interesting phrase that a flare goes off and you know where everybody's standing. I think this election is a bit like that. It's a flare going off and we're going to know where everybody's standing. Because although the Democratic candidate has been very cagey about what her present positions are, her past positions are very clear, and many of her current positions are very clear. And of course, we've had 4 years of Mr. Trump, so we've got a pretty good baseline to know what he's gonna do and why. Cat just jumped on my leg. She wants to go in the house. She likes to eat in the house, and I haven't taken her. I just got done doing chores. Anyway, so I just thought I'd take just a couple minutes and talk about that, where we all stand in this. And tomorrow, regardless of what happens, I know that when I meet my Maker someday, he's going to know where I stood. And it comes down to some pretty simple things for me that I don't really waver on, regardless of who the candidate is. And the first one, of course, is the right to life. In my estimation, it's not a clump of cells. It's a baby. You can argue if you want about when it becomes a baby, but to me, it's a baby at conception. And that's how I feel, and I think that's how the Creator feels. So I feel very, very firm in my standing of when He asked me someday, where did you stand on my unborn? The weakest among you, my weakest of children, the one still in the womb, where did you stand? And I'm going to be able to say, I stood with protecting the unborn, not killing the unborn. When it comes to the transing of our children, the indoctrination by physicians, I won't go into their motives, but taking a child that's 10, 11, 12 years old and confused about their body and giving them hormone blockers and puberty blockers and estrogen and testosterone so they'll never be able to have children, and cutting off parts of their body before they're of legal age to have any kind of consent, because the medical community is only told to affirm. You never question, you just affirm. And that's what they push. Just puppy over here. When he asked, where did you stand with those children, I'm going to be able to say, I stood on the correct side. I'm not for chopping off children's body parts to affirm. I'm not happy about them doing it when they're grown people. But at least at grown people, when they're grown, they can consent or not consent. When they're 10, 11, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, they can't consent. So I know where I stand. When it comes to this biological confusion of what is a man and what is a woman, I know where I stand. I know the difference. And I know that it's not right for a man to say, compete in one sport or compete in one division as a man, and then one day decide that he's going to say he's a woman so he can compete against biological girls, go into their private spaces, their locker rooms, their bathrooms, strip all of his clothes off, and they're supposed to act like it's no big deal. I know where I stand on that issue. And when it comes to those same men pretending that they're women, stealing those girls' college opportunities, their scholarships, and their prizes for competing competing in athletics, it's not right that they're taking those chances from those girls. That's why we have Title IX, to protect those girls. That's why we have girls' sports, because it's a fair playing field then. I mean, you'll always have some kids are bigger than other kids, but biological men are bigger, stronger, and faster than biological girls. And I don't think it's right that a guy can switch his mind and say that he's a girl and go on the volleyball court and spike a ball so hard into a girl's face that it shatters her cheekbone, her nose, almost killed her. That happened. That happened under this last administration. And it happened more than once. Girls getting hurt competing against males. I know where I stand on that. I know where I stand on the border. I don't think it's right that there's immigrants in this country, and we have women in this country that are afraid to walk down certain streets at nighttime because they'll be assaulted or worse by illegal immigrants. It's bad enough they have to worry about the perverts that already live here. Now we're going to bring in a bunch of other people with different cultures and customs. I know where I stand on that issue. Just on those issues, I know where I stand. We don't have to get into the economy and judges and all of that stuff. But I know when the day of measurement is taken. I forget how that phrase goes. When your life is weighed in the balance, will you be found wanting? I'm going to be able to tell the Creator where I stood and what I did about it. Which side was I on? Where was I standing? So, well, we're at 9 minutes, everybody. I hope everybody has a good evening, good election day. If you haven't voted, go out and vote. Vote your conscience. Vote who you think you should vote for. If you're a Christian, I sure know who I think you should vote for, but get out there and vote, and hopefully we have a safe election day and a peaceful post-election day, and we can come together afterwards as Americans no matter who wins. But I don't know if we'll be able to, but I will pray that we can. Anyway, God bless America, everybody, and God bless all of you and your families, and I hope you have a great election day.